guys, Cyndi Williams here, the Wanderlust CEO. I have my good friend Imani from White Butterfly Travel. And Imani, we are celebrating you today.
Yes.
I'm so excited because, I'm looking for my confetti. You just graduated Careers on Vacation. You've earned your certification as a travel agent.
Thank
How does
you.
it feel?
Legitimizing. It feels
Oh,
really good. It feels really good. I'm just happy. I mean, I didn't get my 2020 graduation, but I'm glad I got this one.
oh, see, that it makes up for it because, and this is
It
one that you
does.
picked. We all have to get a regular
Hmm.
graduation. I love it.
Yes.
Well, tell everybody a little bit about where you were before finding Careers on Vacation and where you are now in your journey.
So before COV, White Butterfly Travel was just an idea. It was just bones that was dedicated to my grandma, and that was it. And to go a little bit further about that, White Butterfly Travel is dedicated to my grandma,
Aw.
and yeah, so she is no longer with us, and she left this earth in September 2019. And on the day of her ceremony, as we were getting ready to transport her for burial, I saw a white butterfly, and that symbol has kind of followed me ever since. And now
Oh
the
my
white butterfly travels. So
I love that. Do you see white butterflies sometimes like out in the world?
I do.
And you're
I'm
like,
like,
hey,
hey,
grandma.
grandma.
I know. I love that you shared.
Exactly.
I didn't know you were going to share that story, and I didn't know that before we got on camera because very similar. When my mother-in-law passed away, but it was like the orange butterflies we have here in Texas, and we say the same thing, and we'll be out in our pool, and they'll just come from nowhere, and we'll be like, "Hey, Nini, we see you, we love you." So, what a beautiful way to honor your grandmother and just take the
Yes.
memory of her into this beautiful business that you have been building. That's so
Thank
exciting.
you.
What do you feel like
Yeah.
have been your biggest wins or celebrations since taking the program?
Believe it or not, it's been an intangible win, and
Mm.
it's actually legitimizing myself as a young adult. Um, I used to see myself as this 23-year-old kid. No one's going to want to buy from me, work with me because I'm so young. And I feel like, or I convinced myself that
Mm.
people would want to work with people who are a little more established and know the field a lot better. I just immediately put myself in second place. And now, through coming to all the sessions and listening in on um, other agents and seeing actually we're all in the same boat and my ideas are just as valid, it's like, wait, I am a legitimate adult and my feelings and my opinions and my thoughts actually do hold weight. At the end of the day, White Butterfly lives and dies by me. I'm the one who makes the decisions, no one else. So that has to count for something. And now I'm like, you know what? I am pretty legit. And it's not even from a cocky place. It's from a you're legit. You're legit. Like, and I feel good about myself now. So
I love
I think that
that.
was the
And
biggest win.
I love it so much because I started in the industry as a 19-year-old. Like I went
Mhm.
right from high school directly into that. Those are the days you had like like a in-person travel school, right? Careers on Vacations
Mhm.
more virtual. But at, you have to have that realization that, yeah, I'm only 19, I'm only 20, or in your case you said 23.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of realizing, yes, you are valid. You can show up in this space. And it really is about if someone has a great attitude, they have a good work ethic, and they're willing to like follow that passion, that's more important than, those are like mindset gremlins. I'm too young. I'm too
Yeah.
old. I'm too whatever. When I was 19 years old, I started in the industry and it took me 1 year. So I would have been 20. And I sold my first $1 million the first year I was a travel agent.
Mhm.
So, yes, you can. And I hadn't even hardly traveled anywhere, but I was really good about
Ditto.
learning. Yeah. And just like embracing and traveling when I could and starting that journey and just being so passionate about wanting to help people with their vacations. So, that this is a good for any of you guys watching this video and you're like, oh, I'm not this enough. I'm not that enough. I'm not whatever enough. No, this is a perfect example of
Yeah.
doesn't matter. If you let yourself work past that limiting belief and step into what your calling is, then everything kind of unfolds. I love that. So
Thank you.
Amani, I can tell you've already done some mindset work, but that's a big pillar in our program is we really help
Right.
you whether you're 23, right, or you're 78, doesn't matter. Starting a business can feel big, and so we have a lot of mindset work and how training, training you how to think about doing things in a mindful way with intention and from more of a strategic approach because you are running a business. How did the
Mhm.
mindset work impact you in your life or business as you went through the program?
Oh, night and day. Prior to this program, I never used to, I thought it was mumbo jumbo, if I'm being honest. I was like, affirmations, do those things really work? But now I'm happy to say I keep a gratitude
Oh,
journal.
I
I
love
do
it.
this every day. One more plug.
So good.
I actually got it as a gift, and it's been transformational. I even told my friends about it. I was like, "You've got to check it out." It took a while to get into, but now it's a part of my daily routine. I look forward to it, and it makes me truly reflect on where I am right now. Like I'm not as behind as I think I am.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I write affirmations on my whiteboard. The ones I'm going to look over, the ones that I have currently are you're right on time and you're more ready than you think you are. And I switch them out about every 2 weeks based on how relevant they need to be or how relevant they are to me currently. But it has been just incredible. And now I feel like I am actually in the right place at the right time. I'm not as behind as I might have convinced myself that I was.
I love
So,
that. Yeah, really kind of
mhm,
like rooting into, because one day you can feel great, like, oh, I feel like I can do it. But then if you don't keep after keeping that mindset in a
mhm,
certain place and making sure that you are, because it's on the tough days, right?
it
It's
is.
the tough days that you need to get those tools out of your toolbox to kind of help you on your journey. I love that.
Mhm.
What would you take us back to the beginning of your journey when you first found us? And you were like, "This, I found this lady. I don't know where you found us, but you found this lady on YouTube or the internet or wherever, all the places we are." And you were thinking about starting with Careers on Vacation. What was that process like for you to make the decision to start working with us? Was it difficult? Was it a journey? Did you decide right away? I always like to ask this question because a lot of people that watch these videos, they're in
Mhm.
that like, is this the thing for me phase? And so I love to ask that question about what your personal journey was.
So prior to it, I was kind of in a lost place. I was like, I feel like I lack direction and just, graduating into a pandemic and just
Mm.
being just interning everywhere. I felt like I didn't really have my footing on life. And then I saw your videos on YouTube. I was like, that seems pretty interesting. And I've always wanted to travel more. And you just seemed so passionate and you were so knowledgeable about the industry. And I was like, I feel like I could really learn from her. And so I spoke to my family about it and we were like, yeah, this is right. And then I realized I was actually talking with my coach in the very early stages. I was like, this ties in everything that I was already doing between making content and planning and all of it. It was just like the perfect marriage of who I am. And I'm like, now I get to share it. And it's just incredible. And the learning process after starting has been so much fun. I love learning about new vendors. And I tell my friends, I'm sure they're sick of it by now. All the updates I tell them, it's been such a fun process. And I'm just so happy to be
I
here.
love that. Yeah, and it's so fun
Mhm.
because and also in this business you get to like pick your niches and you can
Mhm.
it is fun when you like start to build like we help you build your own custom learning plan based on what you want to sell in the world.
Yeah.
But when you start to really get in and go, and the travel agent perks aren't bad either, let's be honest. But
Yeah.
it's one of those things where you get to learn like, oh, I'm gonna be able to book this for people. And this is so
Mhm.
exciting. So I love that. That's phenomenal.
Thank
What would
you.
you tell that person who's out there watching a video and maybe they are in that same place that you were before you started with us 12 plus weeks ago, where you were like, I'm looking for this thing or I'm not sure what I want to do? If that person that knows, they kind of know this is what they're looking for, but they're on the fence about starting with us, what would you tell that person about Careers on Vacation and to help them make their decision?
If you're on the precipice, do it because your gut's pushing you that way for a reason. You're like, if this was the mountain of greatness, you're right here. Just jump.
Mm.
Just jump. You don't know what's waiting for you. I didn't know what was waiting for me. Go for it.
I love it. And tell them what's waiting for them, Imani. When now that you've been in the program, hindsight's 2020. It feels like the best decision ever. What is waiting
Mhm.
for them in the program that they might not realize?
a support system, a real support system of people who are in the same exact boat as you, wanting to learn and get better. It you sometimes you read about these things where they preach a community, but it's not really a community. No, this is really a community. I mean, I see all the questions that everyone's answering, and it's not that these questions are unique. Everyone has the same questions. The amount of times I've gone in and screenshotted questions, and I'm like, oh, I need to know that. Oh, that's a really good bit. That's a good nugget. And the calls, everyone is just so open and it's so collaborative. And I feel like everybody is learning together. It's not just every man for himself. And I really appreciate that. Not to mention, the coursework is great. It's really thorough. And I do feel like I am better for being in this program rather than not being in this program.
Oh, I love that, Imani. Thank you so much for those
Of course.
compliments. And, it's our honor always to help everybody on their journey. And that's one of those things where we take a lot of pride in what we do at Careers on Vacation from a, like you said, support perspective. And the fact you get to work with live people. This is not
Yes.
an e-program. It's not something that's going to sit on your desk and collect dust. Like, you get to show up into live classes and work with my experts and do all of the things. So last question, would you recommend Careers on Vacation?
Of course. Of course. I wouldn't recommend anything else.
Well, thank you for that. And guys, listen, if you are where Imani was in her journey, or you're thinking about getting started, definitely go over and check us out at careersonvacation.com. If you're ready to apply for the program, you can go to careersonvacation.com/ready now. This is a little snapshot of what the inside of our membership site looks like. You get access to all of our amazing curriculum, as Imani mentioned. You get to work with my amazing team that's phenomenal to help you on your journey. And we are an ASTA affiliated travel school. That's a big deal. And Imani, I think we're filming like I think you might be the 170th, 175th case study today. But guys, you can go over and check out the different case studies that we have. I'm sure there's a similar story like yours. I want all of you watching to make sure you feel like you're making a great decision. You should vet anyone that you're thinking about working with, which is why we film all of these case studies, to really share what it's like to be inside our program. And we'd love to talk to you more about that. So we'll put the links down below. Imani, thank you for sharing your story today. Hang on, let me get you that last confetti. I got to go over to all my buttons over here. Congratulations! Yes, you are taking off, my friend. I'm so thrilled for you. We're your cheerleaders for life. You're not going too far. You're just going over to our grad community. And if there's anything else we can do for you, let us know. Okay? Thanks for joining us today.
Of course.
All right, and for everyone else, we will see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys. Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.